Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 17. It is just myself and Denny here today. Both of us in prep, both of us feeling like shit, both of us just want to go to bed, in the bin, zombified, whatever you want to call it.
And just grunt
Um,
at everyone.
yeah, miserable, can't hack it, bro. Got cravings going through the roof, you know.
Uh,
No, we're all sound. But it was good having Ethan on last podcast. I don't actually know where Ethan's from. Is it Newcastle? He sounds Geordie.
yeah, I was going to ask him, but I didn't want to be kind of naive and be
He's
like,
gonna
where are you
like
from?
if
And
he
it's just
watches
like really
this.
obvious.
Yeah, I think he's Geordie.
Yeah,
Anyone where you think Ethan's from, just comment in the comment
yeah.
section.
I've actually started watching his YouTube as well.
Any
Uh,
good?
yeah, it's decent to be fair. It's
Yeah,
decent.
he puts a lot of time into it. So,
He's just
um,
pumping out content left, right, and center. So
my guy, that's how you need
maybe,
to do it. Like
yeah, maybe
when
that's
I
what we
did
need to do.
YouTube, it was just like pumping videos constantly. Like that's how like if you look at my personal YouTube, I think it's got nearly 600 subscribers,
Oh wow, sure.
and that was just from pumping videos of my prep in 2019.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean it shows. So if you're frequent with it, it's going to come out.
Yeah, yeah. Funny enough, the back of that as well, like it gave a lot of like audience to my coaching. So my last ever YouTube video, it was basically titled like starting my own business at 19.
Oh no way.
And then I was in that video, I was like, right, I'm coaching people for free. So then I had people come in from that, and yeah, it kind of all dominoed from there, really.
I think you
Um,
should start it back up again.
do you know what, mate? I want to. I really, really do. But
Do a little prep series.
yeah, that is literally what I want to do. I want to get those little, you know, the DJI little cameras, which can
Yep.
track you as well. I
Yep.
want to do that, but the problem is having the time to do it.
Can you not just like get a tripod and still Katie's camera?
I could do that, but then it's charging the camera, taking off the SD card.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
fine.
a bit all. I just basically I'm making excuses, but I'm
Yeah,
generally
you
short
are.
on time at the moment, and I just think, is it something I want to do when I'm in my last year of uni? I've literally
Yeah,
got
true.
like 2 semesters, like this semester and next semester, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So I'm like, do I just hold off? But then when I finish uni, it'll be in August, so I'll literally be like 4 or 5 weeks out. Um,
Episode one, four
yeah,
weeks out.
I'm 4 weeks out. But I've already like got a plan on my notes on like what I would do because I need to basically do like a I'm back video, and
Okay.
then pretty much give it like an
I
introduction
mean, you could
myself.
do maybe like a week out, document that, and then transition into the off season.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
will
maybe.
catch attention because you're obviously slingshotting a little bit off the back of being in shape as well.
Yeah. I've even debated just getting David in and filming, but then I'm like, to to be to get good kind of YouTube audience, you have to be posting a lot. So for me, it'd
Yeah,
be like one a week, right? But then
yeah.
it's getting David in once a week,
And then
and
also getting in for a long time because it's not just going to be a training session. You're probably going to
yeah,
want him at home, and then before you know
yeah,
it, you spent
yeah,
a couple of grand just making a video.
yeah, literally. Well, I think he would be happy if I said like, oh, if I send you over all the footage, could you edit it up and like
Yeah, yeah,
outside the gym, and then he record inside the gym. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just having that time available to me at the moment.
yeah,
Um, and also another thing is obviously it'd be kind of difficult for me to record anything different because I'm pretty much working 6 days of a week, right?
yeah. I mean,
So
but that's what people are interested in, though.
yeah, true.
Like I don't know about people that you watch, but I watch Jack Eagles, George Osborne, Mo Samuels, Thomas More.
Yeah,
Their content is by and large the same each time they post it, whether it's a day in a life or something, but you're watching it because it's them. So people that are watching you are watching it because it's you,
yeah, yeah.
whether it's
True.
boring or not.
Yeah, true, true. It's something I have thought about a lot. Why haven't you done it? You like,
I've had lots of conversations with multiple different people, and there's no reason why I haven't done it. It's just I haven't done it.
yeah.
So I've been looking at cameras, I've been looking at a bit of a setup, but there are a few other things that I want to sort out first. So,
Oh, I've got a cool video that we could do, and people
well,
could let us know if you're interested in this in the comments. Rather than doing a podcast for Denny's show day, we get David to film the weekend as a YouTube video, and then we can upload it to the Natty Blueprint page.
There you go. That'd be sick.
That would be pretty cool. Because then he'd
Yeah.
have all the footage as well to do all the other stuff like reels and things like that.
Yeah.
But then we could upload it to the Natty Blueprint.
Show day weekend,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
live podcast episode.
Yeah, just or the whole weekend.
And I'm just gonna
Just live stream it.
be like,
The full 24-hour weekend or 25,
yeah,
yeah, whatever it is.
yeah, it'd be
Um,
good though. Yeah, like long term, like that's the sort of thing that I'd like to do. Is I wouldn't necessarily want someone to follow me around, but just for me to have my own setup to document a bit more because it's something that I don't do enough. Like, yeah, I'm on my stories, like talk on the stories here and there, but I don't really show a lot, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Like, not many people know much about my life. Not that there's fucking anything to tell. It's pretty boring, but it's just kind of that thing of like not only to bring my kind of coaching up, but just to elevate in other ways and just educate
right.
people as well. Like, yeah, it's branding, it's personal branding at the end of the day. So that's the sort of shit that sells, and obviously, so do transformations, and so does your work. But if people can buy into you, same way we've bought into other people, it's how it works. So yeah, long term, maybe next year, maybe post prep, I'll have a little bit more of a look into it.
It is one of those things. Like, and I don't know, people really don't know the admin behind like this podcast, but I've got to upload it every time and
Yeah,
Spotify, YouTube, like it takes time. And so I just think about doing that again for another channel.
for a video, which is probably going to be even more actual
Yeah,
work because you're going to have to clip it, upload it,
yeah,
maybe edit the visual a little bit if the color's off, things like
yeah,
that. So yeah, there's a bit more that goes into it. So it's almost you've got to treat it as a full-time thing because it will end up being,
yeah,
especially if you're documenting your whole day. Let's say you do a weekend vlog of just what you're doing. You're taking the camera to the shops with you, to the gym, in your
everywhere.
car, everywhere. So
I've been there before as well, and it does get a bit like you lose a little bit that I don't know how to, the things like the private things in your life, you lose a little bit of that privacy
yeah,
by
because
doing
you're
it.
just exposing yourself to the internet essentially.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like, not that I need the privacy, I haven't got anything to hide, but it's like some things in my life I'm like, that's mine, and I kind of like that's
yeah,
mine,
yeah,
rather than like, like, right, I don't want to show every aspect of my relationship, and stuff like that online. It's just,
yeah.
I
Which
think
some
it's a bit,
people do, and I'm just like, it's a bit much. Like,
yeah, yeah, it's like,
yeah,
that's mine, and I want that to be mine, so I'm going to be selfish. Don't want anyone to share that. So,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's difficult. So, yeah, I need to look into how I can do it.
It's also really fucking expensive looking at cameras and lenses.
Yeah. Do you
Like,
know what though? I think you'd be sound on an iPhone camera.
oh yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Like, we take it for granted. Like, just probably just get the latest iPhone
Yeah.
and you'd be fine. Even the one that I've got, so I've got 14 Pro. Probably good enough. Maybe the lighting's not great in certain situations, but you get a tripod or something to stick it to, a set of mics. You've got yourself a vlogging kind of thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And there's probably
Okay.
apps that do like facial tracking anyway to move it on a bloody tripod anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I can't remember who I was listening to someone on a podcast and they were saying it might be like Keithy West or someone like that. Or maybe I was watching one of his YouTubes. I can't remember. But he basically films all his YouTube stuff on his phone and then chops it up on
No way.
like what's the Apple software? Like
iMovie.
iMovie. Chops it up on
Yeah.
iMovie and just bungs it up. I
No
don't know
way.
if it was him 100%, but there was someone who's got like quite a big
Um,
following said that. And I was
oh,
like,
what's
that's
his
actually
name? I know someone else that did used to do that. Luke Harper. Do you know Luke
yeah,
Harper?
yeah,
He
yeah,
used to do it. He used to do everything on iMovie.
yeah. Mental. But
Yeah.
then it isn't that complicated. And if I when I watch people's YouTube videos, I'm like, not that I do a lot anyway, but I don't necessarily watch it for like the gym content.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
I tend to skip past that stuff.
yeah, like to be honest, I don't know about you, mate, but I see so much training footage in one day, and I look at my own training one day. I don't want to
It's
watch
just
any more
it's
training.
just boring. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
and
just the
then they're
same
just
shit.
grunting in the mic, and I'm like, I can't. Right?
Yeah.
No.
Like maybe if it's like a cool cinematic kind of trailer thing, yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if, for example, if there's a 30-minute YouTube video and there's 15 minutes of it of the person training, I'm skipping past it. I'm not
Yeah,
watching it.
yeah.
So
So it's one of them really. Yeah, I'll think about it. But I think it would be cool to maybe get one done for your show day
yeah,
or
yeah.
show
I mean,
days.
David's there for a reason. So
He's there. It's whether they can get in and
true,
film indoors.
true. Yeah,
We'll
very
have to
true.
wait and see. But we can still try and vlog the majority of it. Um,
So yeah, give us an update on prep so far. Where are we at, or where are you at? Any crazy changes? Dropped much
no,
weight?
no changes so far. What did I start? I started at 197.6.
Yep.
I'm currently, well, today I was 193, but I trained legs yesterday, so I was a little bit higher today. On Sunday, I dropped down to 191.8,
Nice.
so nearly £6 off in just over 2 weeks, which is a good rate of loss. But you got to imagine the first like 1 or 2 pounds will probably water weight from the holiday.
Yeah, of course. And
So
just maybe a little change up of routine as well.
yeah, so I'm probably around like £4 down in terms of like muscle fullness, maybe a bit of
Yeah.
body fat, water, etc. But yeah, no, feeling good. Feeling a little bit hungry on rest days. Like it's a rest day now, and if for some
Okay.
reason after my fourth meal on a rest day, it's like my first carb meal, and that's the meal that makes me hungry,
Yeah, it just
which is a
dries
bit
up that kind of not craving, but that like hunger signaling, like, oh,
yeah, it
energy, let's go get some more.
yeah, literally. And then I'm like, oh, I need more. So I
Yeah,
usually get a little bit hungry on rest days, but apart from that, mate, it's been smooth sailing. You know, it is when you're in the first 2 weeks, you don't really notice
it's
any
not really
difference.
any different.
No,
Yeah,
no. So it's been good. I'm enjoying it. Definitely noticed in the gym, like on certain movements, especially like leg compound work, it's just a little bit harder.
okay.
Because I just don't have that. I don't know the extra food. The like, it's just a little bit harder.
Yeah,
But you know, I'm still holding numbers, still progressing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy at the moment.
yeah,
What
yeah.
about
I've
you?
just noticed in this last maybe week, 2 weeks, I've had to take a couple regressions just to
Yeah,
keep, because I'm almost at that point where I'm getting to the bottom end of the rep range, more so on the top set. And I'm like, it's getting sloppy. So on today's flat press, I dropped 5 kilos just to match the reps and make them a little bit cleaner, just because I was getting to that point where I was watching it back like it's not as good as it used to be, and I'm just for the sake of keeping the number the same, I'm just battling it, which is not
yeah,
really much point. So yeah, that my deadlift is still the same, touch wood. Um, a couple of the leg movements are a little bit down, but nothing crazy. And considering I'm over halfway now, I'll take it. We've dropped
yeah.
almost what, £20 almost.
Close to
Yeah,
£20,
so
right?
the fact that I've held on for this long, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah. But other than that, yeah, everything's going good. The only thing I am starting to notice, which I said to you the other day, was that kind of oomph and aggression preset is like it's not quite there. So I'm having
yeah,
to like do that before a set, poke the AirPods into my ears just to kind of amp myself up a little bit.
yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
it's definitely hard. I think that's probably just down to energy more so than anything else.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
So
that is the hard part. That you haven't got
yeah,
second gear, so to speak.
yeah, like your body is wanting to kind of not do it because it's requiring energy and you're about to expend a lot of energy, obviously training. So it's just your body's natural way of saying, look, chill, but you can't chill as much in the gym.
No.
So yeah, other than that, all good. Sleep's a little bit better. Everything else is running pretty smooth. I did change um, my pre-workout meal a little bit today, so I put a few more carbs into it to take away from my last meal, just to see if it had any kind of benefit. It didn't really, so I'll probably just go back to what I did. So
What is that? Would you just move some like more oats in your first meal or in your
it was a
pre-workout
little
meal?
bit more fruit, a little bit more honey.
Okay.
So
You're still eating honey,
yeah,
bro? That's mental. There's no way I'd be eating honey.
yeah,
On 300 carb, I'm not putting a drop of honey. I'm
no,
eating more cream of rice or more oats or like more
yeah.
rice.
I just find anything over 100 grams of oats, because I have exactly 100 grams of oats pre-workout. I
Yeah,
just find for some reason it's just this magical number that I've got in my head. If it's over that, it's just too much.
yeah.
I don't know why. Like I've done it but a few times, but it just doesn't sit right with me. Like from a digestion standpoint, I think 100's probably borderline too much.
Yeah, yeah. I think the highest I pushed oats was coming out of my 2019 prep, and I went up to 150,
I'm sure.
and it like me and my bowel movement, mate, it just
Yeah.
fucking wasn't happening.
See,
Like it
at
was
that point, I would,
horrible. Like
if I'm pushing food up, I'd rather put other ingredients into the mix as
yeah,
opposed to just creating more oats.
yeah. I should have done that, but I was like, so if anyone watches this podcast who watched me in 2019, which I highly doubt, but I was obsessed with oats. Like it was
I
just a
love oats.
terrible. If I was literally said to myself once, I was like, if I get a dog, I'm gonna name it Oaty because I loved oats that much, right? This is my thinking at 19 coming out of my first prep because I just loved oats. Um, and so I was like, well, if my food keeps going up and I was on a macros approach, cool, I'm just gonna keep adding more and more oats. And yeah, I got up to 150, and that was just, I was going in the gym bloated, like feeling horrible. I never
Jeez.
wanted to eat it all, but then I was like so emotionally
Yeah.
connected to my oats. And then I was like, and then I found cream of rice.
That's a kilo of oats a week.
Yeah, man, I was tanking them, bro. I was
Jesus
tanking them.
Christ.
Do you know what? I was watching AJ's video the other day, and he said it's about eating like 175 grams of oats in an off season, and I was like,
Nah. At
I
that
don't
point,
even.
just have another meal. Like, chill.
I just don't know how you digest that. Like,
Yeah. Especially as like I'm assuming that's a pre-workout or post-workout meal.
I don't know if he was having that around his training window. He didn't really say. He just
I was
said that
gonna
was how
say.
high they got. I just want to check how much fiber's in 175 grams of oats, or even 150.
It's got to
Because
be at least 20 grams, maybe 15.
so 150. Let's try this.
It's a lot.
Um, what? 13 grams
Oh, is that it?
in 150. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that.
Yeah, same. Like minimum 15, but okay, it's not that bad then.
It's not that bad. I suppose in one sitting though, it's quite a lot of fiber.
Yeah, it's just a lot of food as well. By the time you've
Yeah.
cooked it and they've swelled up, like you've
I
added in your
suppose that you
whey.
can minimize oats, can't you? Like you can make
Yeah,
oats really small, so
yeah. You can
maybe
just do them as
maybe
like
that's something.
overnight oats as well, and they don't puff out as much.
Yeah, but I was literally like putting loads of water. I was doing a Millington with them, bro. Just fucking kilo of water and 150 grams of oats.
Yeah, there's one thing that I can comfortably eat all year round is oats.
Yeah,
Like, because I think it serves both ends of the spectrum pretty well. Obviously, they are voluminous, so you can use it in a diet, and obviously you can whack in loads of other shit with them if you're pushing food up. Honey, berries, dark chocolate, almond butter, you name it, you can chuck it in there
yeah,
without creating too much volume as well.
yeah. They're quite high in comparison to the carbohydrates. They're quite high in protein and fat, so
Yeah, yeah,
that's why I personally don't use them because
okay,
I'd rather have like cream of rice, which doesn't have that fat content or as much
yeah,
fat content.
yeah. I'm not. I mean, I had cream of rice last year. Wasn't the biggest fan.
Really.
Wasn't the biggest fan.
Some people mix their cream of rice and oats, so like they do
I've
like
seen that.
50
Yeah.
50. I tried that in my off season. That wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Just
But I think
like
I've still got some left somewhere. Maybe I'll
maybe give it a
dabble
go.
in that.
Maybe give it. I just
Give
not
it a
find
go.
it's nicer because you can get flavored cream of rice. So then,
Yeah, that's what I didn't like about it. It just tasted too artificial. Like by the time you
uh,
put your protein in it, if you're having it with it, it was just like this weird artificial concoction.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe it was just
using
a brand that I had, but
what brand was it?
CNP, I think.
Oh, CMP. You use the if you're gonna get some JP one.
Yeah.
JP maple syrup is
Yeah, it was
elite.
CNP.
Yeah, JP maple syrup or custard cream. And I've tried a lot of cream of rices. That's the cream of rice that digests best for me. Um, I don't mind the complete strength one, but I find with some flavors it makes me piss out my ass about 10 minutes after. So I just don't eat it
It's
anymore.
goes cream of rice and it comes out as cream of soup.
Yeah, literally. Wait, do you know what's so funny is that was happening, and I was like, okay, I'm not eating that flavor again. And then who was it? I think it was Dylan. He because he came to our gym and he bought some cream of rice. And I said, "Oh, why don't you get this flavour?" And he was like, "I can't, mate, because it comes out 10 minutes later." Like the way it looks, and I was like, "Do you know what? That happens with me."
I think I had that last year with a Perform Whey flavor. Like I changed it, started having it, and I was like, my stomach's just in the bin.
Yeah,
It's mad. Like it's probably very similar ingredients in terms of how they make them, but you just change your flavor profile, it just completely changes it.
yeah, yeah. It must be obviously the chemicals or the artificial
Yeah,
sweetness to make that flavour. Um,
definitely.
but yeah, I'd probably stay away from the cheaper cream of rices and go to
Yeah.
JP.
Stay away from CMP because it's probably cheap. That's probably why I bought it.
Yeah, I haven't had the CMP. I've had so originally cream of rice was, I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but CSN. Do you know Cardiff Sports Nutrition?
Yep, yep.
They used to sell the big bags of cream of rice, and that's kind of where it originated from. And then you had like Complete Strength,
Do they
JP,
do they
Conte, or
still go
I
CSN?
think so. I think they're still going. Um,
Cardiff Sports Supplements. They are.
yeah, so they did the original cream of rice, and now like all the brands have jumped on it because it's so popular within
Yeah.
bodybuilding. Do you remember when baby rice was popular within bodybuilding?
Nope.
Again, so this is like 6 years ago. People like bodybuilders would buy packs of baby rice, and myself
Probably
included.
cheaper though, isn't it, than cream of rice? It's
What
basically the same thing, isn't it?
baby rice? It's expensive.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
would have thought it'd be
for like
cheaper.
100 grams, it was like £2
Fucking hell.
a
Jesus Christ.
bag, right? So it was quite expensive. And you're having 100 grams, which was like 90 carbs, because it's basically just blended rice, right?
Yeah,
And it was flavourless as well. So yeah, all the bodybuilders were just making baby rice. Um, but yeah,
mad.
and then they
Yeah.
moved over to cream rice.
Do you remember when, like, I mean, it's still kind of around now, but it was like the whole jam and bagels thing. Everyone was just slamming bagels
Yeah,
and then wondering why their digestion was in the bin. All the
yeah.
gluten.
It's like, do you know what? I don't know how to say this, but when people have like, if you have in your meal plan, right, bagels and jam as a meal, or bagels, no, the best one I see is bagels and nut butter, right? Bro, you ain't spiking MPS from that.
No,
Like,
just bread.
yeah, you ain't spiking MPS from that. Sack it off. Add some like eggs, bacon, medallions,
Yeah,
chicken, whatever.
some
Please add
actual
some meat.
protein.
Yeah. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, that is not bioavailable protein. Like, I'd be very surprised if a bagel has the full amino acid
yeah.
profile.
That's something that we can talk about is food items that are labeled high protein and they don't have a full amino acid spectrum.
Yeah,
It's like it's yes, it's high protein, but on its own, it's doing nothing, much like a bagel.
yeah,
And you'll see it all the time, like foods are listed as high protein, and lots of companies and supermarkets are jumping on that bandwagon. It'll be like source of protein. You look at the back, it's like 4 grams. It's like, no.
shocking.
You'd have to eat like 400 grams of it to maybe even make a dent.
Yeah, it's. Do you know what? I think that people like it's like these protein yogurts and like protein thing like what are they called? Protein
Protein
desserts or
puddings.
puddings?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they have their place. If you're genuinely someone who struggles to get in from Whole Foods because I don't know why, maybe you don't like a really diverse diet and they help you keep on track from a like a diet standpoint because it's that kind of chocolatey sweet thing, sure, go for it. But if you're getting over 50% of your protein target from protein puddings, something needs to change.
like maximum one a day.
Yeah,
If you're going over one a day, you're literally there's something wrong.
yeah. And
Uh,
then like just have Greek yogurt with some whey. You're gonna
Yeah,
get a lot more of it. It's
yeah.
probably cheaper because you're paying like what £1.50 for a little protein pudding thing.
I don't know. I've never used them.
You can get a tub of Greek yogurt for that sort of price of
Yeah,
like a kilo or 800 grams.
yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, shopping's expensive. It's like, yeah, stop buying shit like that and you'll be fine.
Yeah, stop buying the crazy like fad diet things and
Yeah,
just stick
yeah,
to whole foods, meats. I think you'd be pretty sound.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, how
That's
much
one
whey
thing.
do you have a day?
How much whey?
Yeah,
About 75 grams.
yeah. I think mine. So on a rest day, mine's 40, and then on a training day, mine's 80.
Yeah,
So again, like you don't have to have just one scoop of protein powder. You can,
yeah, yeah.
if
People
it
are like, oh,
digests
30
well,
grams that do.
spread it out.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
again, like if you're having a lot of whey as an example, and your digestion is taking a hit, take it out. I can get away with it. I'd probably push it way higher
Mm.
if I wanted to, but yeah,
Yeah,
eggs, yogurt, chicken, egg whites, bacon medallions on a rest day. That is my diet.
I was
So
in my last off season, I did a phase where I was like, I want to push protein quite high, like 300 grams plus. So I
yeah,
went to like 325 on both days. Um, and to be fair, I was eating like probably about it was every whey serving was 60 grams, and I had two a day. So I was eating
yep,
120 grams of whey a day, and
sure,
I had no problems at all. Like some people do get problems,
yeah,
but I've got digestion of glass, and I don't get problems with that. So
yeah. I mean, like if you think about what it's made of, yes, it's processed in a way, but it's pretty singular in
yeah,
terms of what you're getting.
I
Like,
think if you're buying good quality whey, you're not going to have
yeah,
any
you're not
problems.
just getting shit, and it's by and large just protein, so it shouldn't really affect you that much.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Anyway, should we get on to some questions then, mate?
We've just been waffling for
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Whilst Denny loads the questions, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you're enjoying it, slap it on your story and maybe slap it a like as well. Give us a tag. Why not? We want to
And
reach 100 subscribers before episode 25. So we've got 8 episodes to reach 100 subscribers. And when we do reach 100 subscribers, we'll be doing a giveaway as well, as we promised from the
we
very
will
start.
indeed.
So make sure you subscribe. And if you keep coming back watching our videos and you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
And Max's clients are vetoed from the giveaway as well. They're not allowed
Veto.
to join.
Are
They're
you
not
going to
allowed
remove them?
to join.
Will Board's out.
Imagine if he wins it again, I'm taking his name out.
He's probably listening to this like,
Yeah, he's like, you
no.
fuckers. Like, sorry, Will, if you win it, which you might not ever know, you haven't won it. For people that didn't see my story, some of these questions are aimed at my story. So we may as well start with them. New sliders review from Gemma. I'm going to buy myself some new ones tomorrow.
Yeah, they
This
are
one we can
pretty
both
challenging.
answer. White sliders versus black sliders. I
Ooh,
prefer how white ones look
yeah, I
when they're
prefer white
white.
ones. I don't think I've ever had a black pair of sliders.
Yeah, just gives
Um,
me. No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something then. Probably shouldn't say that.
no, I don't think black sliders are good. I think mine are like light grey.
Yeah,
Um, I think the beige ones look quite nice as well.
yeah. I mean, mine are like an off-white. They're
Yeah,
even more off-white now because of the state of them.
mate, they're just not white anymore.
I'm gonna clean them this evening and put a story up on my Instagram to show all the haters. And then her last question was, at what point do you chuck out your sliders?
When they look like Denny's.
When they look like mine. So I'm gonna clean them up tonight, and then you can be the judge. So
She came at my socks like a couple of weeks ago because I posted a video. I think I was training legs, and my like sock had a hole in it, and she was
can't be
like,
doing that.
yeah, she was like, you can't like you need to buy new socks or whatever. And I was like, I didn't even know it had a hole in it when I put it on. But
Yeah.
yes, I will now.
There you go. Being ripped for your socks, and I'm being
I
ripped for
know.
my
Terrible.
sliders. We have a question from Josh Dandy. Shout out to him. He followed me yesterday or today. Top three no sugar slash diet drinks, not energy drinks.
Um, First one is Tango, the Ice Blast one, but I think they've discontinued it now. Only recently it was like the Cherry Blast or something.
Okay.
That was good. Um, Diet Coke, or no, Coke Zero, Pepsi Max Cherry.
Pepsi Max Cherry, Fanta Orange, Sprite.
See, I don't really like that Fanta Orange because it doesn't really taste of much.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it does. To the point
But
where
I'd rather just have like
I can't really tell.
orange squash.
And yeah, I mean, I tried Pepsi Max strawberries and cream. Don't buy it.
No
Waste of
shit.
money. Yeah. It was
God.
one of those, like, I was in the shop. I was looking around at all the diet drinks. I was like, oh, that's new. Let's try that. Just biggest waste. I may as well just got £3 and thrown it down the car park.
Oh dear.
So
I
yeah,
tell you what actually is quite nice. The Diet Coke, lemon.
Yes, that's good.
That's quite
Yeah,
good. I
yeah,
actually
all
quite like
those.
Diet Coke in an evening. That's what I'm just drinking now.
Okay.
Because it's just like nice, but it's not like too sweet.
Do you know what they need to make? And I don't know why they haven't. Maybe it's because it wouldn't sell, but Monster Energy without the caffeine.
Yeah, they do.
I would just drink those
I
instead.
think. Do you know what? I think Red Bull have done that.
Have it?
Yeah, I think you can get zero caffeine Red Bulls.
Oh,
They're in that the darker shade of blue. Or have I just made that up?
I mean, it says Red Bull Zero. I don't know whether that's actually zero caffeine.
Zero caffeine Red Bull, bro.
Is it? I mean, I don't like the taste of just normal energy drinks, so it's not really going to do much for me. It doesn't explicitly say whether it is. It just says energy drink with sweeteners.
Oh, maybe I am completely wrong then.
But isn't that just the normal, or have they just rebranded?
One
Maybe
minute.
they've just
I'm
rebranded.
opening Reddit, bro. I'm opening Reddit.
It's getting serious. Can you still see me, by the way? Because I'm only using one monitor screen.
Yeah, I can still see you.
Okay, good, because
Um,
it's minimized on mine.
8 months ago, sadly, no. I've this guy. Sadly, someone's question saying, "Is there a Red Bull with zero or low caffeine?" And this guy's put Fairy Dawn Mother. This guy's name is. It might be a female. Sadly, no. I've emailed the company to inquire about the possibility of a decaf version a few years ago, and they told me they had no plans. Oh dear.
Okay.
Heartbroken. Fairy Dawn Mother.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their whole kind of point of the energy drink is to give you energy. So they have to put some other ingredients in it to make it an energy drink.
Yeah.
Like Newtonic. Is it Newtonic caffeine free?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's just like a
Did,
nootropic, isn't
yeah. Did you know Red Bull got sued once for claiming they give you wings?
it? Really?
Yeah, seriously.
No
Go
way.
if you Google it. They had to pay out like a lot of money because someone sued them because it didn't give them wings.
In 2014, Red Bull settled false advertising lawsuit for 13 million, agreeing to pay $10 to US customers who purchased the drink since 2002. Jesus Christ. After consumer argued the slogan Red Bull gives you wings was misleading. I mean, is it misleading or are you just being picky?
Well, we paid 13 million, whatever it was. So
Well, no, it was just
it's
customers that purchased them from 2002 to 2014. So that's 12 years of people that could prove that they bought Red Bull, because I guess
yeah,
you'd need a receipt,
yeah,
which probably
mental.
done them a favor because a lot of it would have been cash.
Yeah, yeah. I think now if you watch their adverts, they've got like a little thing on the bottom of it saying like this is
Uh,
advertising or
yeah,
whatever.
I can't say I've seen any adverts of them currently. Red Bull advert images. Yeah, they probably got a little disclaimer down there. So
Yeah, it's changed, bro.
yeah, we've got question from Paul Kenrick 07.
Big
Any
Paul.
tips to help with bracing better on heavier lifts slash top sets? Keep up the great work, boys. Clapping emoji. Thank you,
Thank you,
Paul.
Paul.
Um, advice for a top set heavier. Um,
Nasal
don't.
breathing.
I'd say just don't overload it. It's like you should be comfortable with heavier loads, and the only way to do that is to slowly work your way up. Don't just start slamming on an extra 50 kilos onto your top set because you're gonna fold yourself. So
Yeah,
handle what you can handle and build it up from there because that's going to be the thing, in my opinion, that gets you better at it.
yeah, yeah. I think I actually did a reel very similar
Do,
to this
you wear a
today.
belt, don't you?
Hey,
Do you wear a belt for your lifts?
no.
Not anymore. Okay.
Only for pendulum and hack, but I
Okay.
don't use a belt for any hip hinge or anything like that because my mindset is I'm training my legs. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
train my erectors or anything. So
Yeah.
and I do find it helps with my bracing on a squat pattern. Um, but I would say nasal breathing is a massive one that I've started to do. Probably like maybe a year ago, is making sure on my eccentric I'm breathing through my nose and inhaling through my nose. And then basically, what you want to think about is just sucking in as much air as possible and then loading the diaphragm and thinking about pushing your stomach out. And that will create a really strong internal brace. And then when you go through the concentric, then exhaling through your mouth. But yeah, that's how I found it. Really controlled eccentrics as well.
Yeah.
Help with that. And another thing to improve your bracing is do pause work in the hole or in
Yeah,
the
because it's
lengthened
going to be
position.
the difficult part.
Yeah, and you'll
Yeah.
get better and better at it.
Yeah, I'd say that's about it. Like a lot of people overly rely on a belt. They're like, "Oh, I'm wearing a belt to so I can brace," but they don't actually know how to use the belt because
Yeah,
you don't just put a belt on and it does its work. You need to breathe against it. That's the whole point of it.
yeah. I
Um,
usually say to people, try and hip hinge without a belt
yeah,
and
like
learn that first.
I used to religiously wear belts for everything, and it didn't really do me any favors. And I haven't worn a belt in like 3 years,
Yeah,
and I haven't. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm wearing a belt so I don't hurt myself." It's like if you're hurting yourself without a belt, learn how to train, then maybe put the belt on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that I suppose belts are personal preferences as well, aren't they?
Yeah, true. Like if it makes you feel safe, then like crack on.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit like knee sleeves and stuff like that. Some people like them, some people don't like them.
Yeah. See, for like a pendulum, I'll wear knee sleeves. Leg press, I'll take them off, which I don't know why. It just doesn't feel comfortable
Yeah.
when I'm on a leg
So I
press.
find with any press, any squat pattern, I will wear knee sleeves.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but like for example, Tom, he's squatted 200 kilos on a Smith before, sleeveless. He doesn't care.
Yeah. He's an animal though. Absolute
Yeah,
animal.
he's ridiculous when it comes to leg training.
Yeah. It shows as well.
Yeah, it does show. It does show. Um, James Limford, or James likes it hard Limford. He's a right podcast slut, by the way.
Yeah. I heard him on someone else's.
Yeah, I've
You
heard him
little
on a couple.
slut.
He's a podcast slut. And I think this is actually the question I heard him ask. Would you rather lose all your muscle and start
Yeah,
over?
it was.
Yeah, or
I watched it
never,
this morning.
or never be able to gain any more? I think the simple answer is I would lose it all because I have more knowledge now, and I would regain it pretty quick.
Much like the other podcast that I heard it on, the the caveat to it was, can we go back in time as well? Because I wouldn't, because I'm a bit older than you. Because if I redone everything and lost all my muscle now, I'm gonna be like closer to 40
Yeah, but
by
think
the
about
time I
it.
get it all back again.
Think about it. If we're saying we lose all our muscle, that means that it's still novel. Like us going into
Yeah,
the gym
like
again would
obviously,
be
like
incredibly
the
novel.
ability to train hard, our knowledge is there, and we're gonna get all those newbie gains. But I still think for me to get the most out of it, it would make more sense for me to be younger and do it all again.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I wouldn't want to lose all my muscle. I'd feel like crying if I woke up one day and
Imagine.
lost all my muscle. I'm like, fuck, I look shit and now I look even more shit.
Yeah. I mean, it'll give you a bit of hindsight, but like, okay, maybe I didn't actually look as shit as I thought I did.
Yeah, yeah, true. Maybe you'd appreciate your physique a little bit
Yeah,
more. Um,
literally.
but yeah, I suppose let's say this. If someone could give you the skill of training how you do, um, your knowledge, everything that you know now, but you haven't walked into a gym yet,
Yeah,
would you take it?
yeah,
So you would have no muscle at that point, but you can
yeah.
imagine you'd probably be where you are now in
Probably
four,
wouldn't get any
5 years.
clients because I'd have no muscle.
True.
But like, yeah, train like this to build loads of muscle, and they're like, "What are you talking about? You've got no muscle."
Yeah, you've literally never walked in a gym and you're like, oh yeah,
It would
give
be
me
like I'm trying to rage bait people. Be like, yeah, train to failure so you can build a back like mine, and I'm like the
it.
skeleton.
Isn't that majority of the coaches in the industry anyway?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can't exactly talk. I'm not exactly the most muscled person on the planet, am
I don't know, mate. You've got more muscle than majority, I'd say.
I? Okay, well,
In terms of natties, like you're not
all
bad.
166 pounds of me.
Yeah, I was talking to Toby the other day, and he had a look at me. He was like, how much do you reckon you got to take off? £20? I was like, more like 30. He was like, "You're going to be in the 160s." I was like,
But yeah, the
"Yeah,
number doesn't matter though, really. The
no,
number, a lot of people do get fixated on that. They're like, oh no, I don't want to be that light. It's like you need to get that light if you want to look how you think you want to look.
yeah,
So it's,
yeah."
it
Body
is what
fat's
it is.
deceiving.
Yeah.
Um,
Someone said to me, who was it? No, that Kieran Nichols. He came up to me, he's like, how much do you weigh? So I told him, he's like, no, you're not that. So getting leaner and having a bit of muscle on you, you look bigger anyway. So the number is irrelevant.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like the judges don't go how much you weigh.
Yeah.
Actually,
They're like,
they
oh,
might do if you have a weight class, but that'll be
yeah,
before
true. Yeah. But they're not going to be like, oh, what was your starting weight and what do you weigh now? Like, they
they.
don't care. Yeah.
Yeah,
How much weight did you need to lose to get to here? It's like, we don't care.
yeah. Who's the best bodybuilder on the day? It's basically
Yeah.
what it is.
Literally.
I got a question from Josh Dandy. We need a nickname for him because with that surname Dandy, he's got to have a nickname. So Josh, you will have a nickname very very soon, mate. Um, would you rather have permanently locked elbows or permanently locked knees?
Knees.
Yeah, that's such a men's physique answer. I knew that was coming.
I mean, just for day-to-day life, like I'd
Yeah, I
much
think so.
rather
Imagine
be
how
able
you'd
to,
walk though. You'd waddle.
because it's basically like saying be paralyzed in your legs or arms, because you're not using your legs if they're locked,
You
if
can
they're
still
locked straight.
walk.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to waddle like a fucking
Yeah,
scarecrow.
you can still walk, bro.
No, I don't think you can walk properly. You're not running, that's for sure.
Well, no, you
Not that
ain't
I
good.
run anyway.
You'd be like if you watch Forrest Gump when he's got the braces on.
Yeah.
You'd be like Forrest Gump.
Right, Forest.
Bro, Forrest.
That's one of my
Uh,
favorite films. That.
Great film. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do the Stairmaster.
no,
Couldn't go on the bike.
I think you'd give up the training, bro. No, you actually wouldn't. You could train up a body sound.
Yeah, I'd just look like a even more men's physique athlete.
To be honest, I think thinking about it now, I agree. Because my daily life would be so difficult if my elbows were just constantly like this. Like I've got a terrible chest. It'd be even worse.
Like at least you could go into a wheelchair and push yourself along with your arms,
Yeah.
but the other
I know.
way
I
around.
could do a fly. This elbow's locked, right? I could fly. I can
Yeah, you'd have a
lateral
great,
raise
you'd have a great top line. Just wouldn't have any triceps.
or a back, pretty much.
You could do pullovers.
I'll be all right at deadlift.
Yeah,
Um,
you do stiff legs and pullovers
yeah.
and rear delt flies.
And rear delt flies. What a back that would be.
You'd
Um,
have no biceps or triceps.
no arms. Maybe if they're just constantly like because they're locked because they're tensing so hard, it
Again,
might create
isometry.
some type of maybe I could I don't know load my wrist and
I'll
to
just cut them off and I'll just have elbows.
come off just stumps. Jesus, this podcast's gone downhill very quickly. I think people will like it when we just waffle though and answer stupid questions.
Yeah, it's better like that. Much better.
Yeah. Go on, you go.
Last one from me is from Mansell underscore fitness. Never have to do cardio again, but always have to do your least favorite exercise. Good deal? Question mark.
What my least favorite exercises.
I mean, my least favorite is cardio. So
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm supposed. Yeah, I think he means like movement in the gym.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, what would be my least favorite exercise? I
I
don't
mean,
have any movements in my plan that I dislike, so
yeah, and I'll just do it for one set as well. Like, well, cool, I done it.
Just one warm up. Yeah, done. I'm out.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't really say there was a least favorite. Like, if you, I don't know, calves, abs, rear delt work, it's pretty boring.
Yeah, yeah, it'd definitely be some of that like isolation stuff, but
Yeah,
just what it'd be, I'm not too sure.
yeah,
Because when I get like a good like calf pump or like ab pump, I'm like that feels good. Actually, no, ab pump does not feel good. It feels
it
horrible.
just hurts. Yeah,
But rear delt pump feels pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Ask me when I'm deeper into prep and I fucking hate doing cardio. But at the moment,
Yeah.
I'm only doing it twice a week max.
Oh,
So
sound.
yeah,
Sound. Basically not doing it.
basically. No, I posted it this morning. 4 questions. Me and my nose strip on.
Yeah, you're getting way too optimal.
I am far too optimal.
Yeah. Like you're going down into the scientific route a bit too much.
Am I? I'm the
Yeah.
science-based,
Yeah. Science-based,
science-based,
non-muscled lifter.
science-based 140 wet. Well, it might be 160 wet now
Exactly.
on stage. So,
Yeah.
do you know what? What have I been doing that's pretty optimal? So I've been using the nose strips since Christmas.
Are they magnetic ones?
Yeah, yeah, because I don't like the other ones, like the ones that go like the magnetic ones. You literally put like a pad there, and then the thing goes over and it just opens your airways
Pulls
up.
out.
Um, if you haven't ever used a nose strip before, when you use one, you'll know how it feels to breathe again. Because it's unreal. Like literally, first time I put it on, I was like, "That's what it's like to have a working nose." Like, Jesus. So yeah, I do quite like that. Kate also complains that I breathe heavy in my sleep, so
I
she
see.
bought me the nose strips.
It was either that or a pillow on your head.
Yeah, it was either that or a pillow when I'm sleeping and lights
Yeah.
out, don't wake up. Um, and then I also use my blue light blockers in an evening, most nights, I'm going to say. I don't do it
Yeah.
every single night, but I do it most nights. And then the compression boots.
What's next on a list? Red light therapy?
Um, I don't think I have one. I think if I start going down the route of like sad lamps and stuff, just go for a sad walk, you know. If Andy's listening to that, he's going to understand that joke, and Denny understands that joke. um, but yeah, if I go down that route, it's job done for me, bro. Next question.
Uh,
The king of rub downs himself, Dan Marshall, has asked,
Ooh.
I've just given you 5 million quid each. What are you doing with it?
Investing into property, opening a gym, and chuck a load into some stocks.
That's solid. Do you know what? Property, I'd probably buy a few houses for like 2 mil.
Yep.
So how many houses could you get with that? Let's say maybe 6, like decent houses, maybe.
Yeah.
Open a gym, a fucking good gym as well. So maybe drop 500k on that.
Yeah, I'm pushing the boat out on that one.
Yeah, if I've got that, if that's just disposable and I can just and
Yeah.
then what I've got, let's say 2.5 left to 2 left. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do with that.
Yeah. Mine's more so to make me money.
Yeah, but do you know what? You'd make if you had that money in your bank, you would probably make a yearly income on a good interest bank
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's like
I'd get a very, very good financial advisor.
yes, yeah, and I'd probably buy a couple of cars as well.
Yeah. I'd move out the UK immediately.
Would you?
Yeah. Gone.
See, I don't think I would because
I'm in America, like ASAP.
really, so
Yep.
I think a lot of people would be like, I'd want to stop working. I
I
don't know
would
if I would
I
stop
wouldn't
working.
necessarily say it would work. I'd just buy something that I need to slightly oversee that kind of
Yeah,
acts as work. That just gets me money.
yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't stop coaching. Actually, I wouldn't stop coaching. And the reason for that now is because I don't coach because I need it as an income, if that makes sense. Because obviously I've got my
Yeah.
full-time job, so it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd just have like
Select
rather than
time.
working 6 days a week, I'd work 2 days a week.
Yeah, we won't hear from Max 6 out of 7 days because he's
Yeah,
gallivanting across the planet.
yeah. That's what my check-in response
I'll be
times
like,
anyway.
Where's my check-in, Max? Oh, sorry, I'm on
I'm in
holiday.
Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
So
reply
yeah,
to you next week, bro. Just keep going.
same again.
Make sure you add Clen in this week, bro.
Yeah. Disclaimer: there's no Clen going in.
But Max, I'm Natty. Yeah, it's right, bro. Pull it out 2 weeks before.
uh,
I've covered so many people today.
God.
Jesus. Um,
I mean, it's what this is here for, isn't it?
yeah.
To show our personality.
Just pull it out, bro. 2 weeks before. You're still
Just put it
Natty.
out. Pull out game.
Pull out game. Pull out Clem. Pull out game.
Yeah.
Now
Pull out
go.
the test 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Stop jabbing.
Stop jamming. Just an advisor for everyone. If you take Clen, you are not natural, and you shouldn't be
Really?
competing in natural shows.
Yeah. We'll
Shock.
leave that. We'll leave that one there.
Yeah. And then Andy's asked this question, but I don't think we're going to want to answer it. How many 6-year-olds could you kill with your bare hands, one by one?
um. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably none because I couldn't. I wouldn't want to kill a 6-year-old child.
But if you could.
What do you mean if I could? Well, they just respawn like COD. They just come back.
Yeah. I'm not answering that question.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks, Andy. We answered a lot of Andy's. Andy messaged me after the podcast with Ethan, and he was like, "Fantastic podcast," because we answered majority of his questions.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I did leave out a few, to be fair.
yeah. To be fair, I think it was me answering majority of them.
Yeah.
Christ. Cool. Well, I suppose we're close to an hour now, so this 51 minutes will do.
Cool.
Unless you've got anything more to say, anything more to add. No,
That is it, I think.
we will wrap it up then. All right, people. Thank you for listening to episode 17. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that jazz for us. Like I said, let's get to 100 subscribers. Then that lovely giveaway will be happening. Denny's now taking a photo of the pod, so I'll go quickly pose. Cool, sound. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you again next week. Cheers.